Hello everyone, welcome back. We're going to get started on part 18 of the Case 310G Dozer restoration project. I just did a video updating everyone on the project, the reason the diesel engine would not turn over any farther. That was pretty hilarious. You gotta love mice. I will pop a link to it up in the top corner of the video now. We're gonna go ahead and get started on pulling this track. I've never done it before. It's gonna be probably a little interesting. I'm sure all the guys on the Dozer page on Facebook have been in here before, but I never have. You can see our adjusting nut is well chewed off by pipe wrenches, things of that nature. And I believe this right here was our master pin at one time. It has been welded subsequently. The bolts have been changed, and you can see we have torch marks as well. Also on this one. This one's even more profound. So someone's been in here monkeying around. So I believe our master pin is now, I just saw it here, is right there. The reason I think this is more pronounced right here, and there's a little lip on it. So I'm thinking that's our master pin. So I don't know that I'll have to remove these two grousers. Perhaps I will. And we have our hot wrench right there if we get really desperate. So I'm gonna quit yammering and let's see what happens. I think our first order of business is going to be removing these two grousers right here so we can get a better look at that pin right there. So I'm gonna heat these nuts up first on this one and see if we can back them out with our 3/8 impact. We'll bring you along. Okay, you can see we have a real nice dull red going on here. We did all of our nuts. We'll let that one cool a little bit. You can hear it actually popping and crackling. Let's try on our top grouser here. See if our 3/8 will even touch it. I think it's working. Okay, excellent. I'm gonna get a needle nose vice grip thrown on there, and then we'll see if we can get all these out. Fingers crossed. Okay guys, we have our 2 grousers off. It allows us to clean the mud off finally. It's always good. And our tool honestly is not too much worse for wears. These vice grips, there's the brand. Turn it over for you. These were not the cheapest Pittsburgh brand that were at Harbor Freight, but I am impressed. I thought for sure our teeth would be all flat and rounded off after grabbing that hot of steel. So they got a little bit of wear on them, but nothing like I thought I would see. So good job, Harbor Freight. I hate to do that to a tool like that, but it was working the impact, which is much more expensive, way too hard, and I really didn't want to go up to a 1/2 inch. So here we have some of our hardware. We'll inspect all that once it cools. More over there. Let's see about getting this pin drove out. Okay, in my experience, it's always been very, very beneficial to heat something up like this and then just let it cool. I've never really seen that done when pulling a track on a dozer, so hopefully I don't change a temper of this or crack it or something because I won't get an even heat distribution. I don't know. Hopefully you guys aren't typing in the comment, stop right now. So we're gonna throw you back on the tripod and heat up all these bosses right here on our master pin. Okay, you can see we have a nice even heat across all of our pin surface. A nice, beautiful, dull red. Don't want to go too crazy. I'm going to let that cool nice and slowly, and then we will see if we can drive the old pin out. Wish me luck. Another thing I've learned over the years, and I've watched a lot of people try and fail. Now, I don't know if I will fail today driving this pin or not. It's been in there for quite a while, I'm sure. But a lot of guys, they just throw their punch on here and they just start whacking. And you can see the track or the shaft or the bearing, anything you're working on, you just see it slowly start tapping that way. You can see that we are all the way to the right on our front idler. So this is probably just going to start walking our track that way with each whack. What a lot of people have not figured out, not that I'm patting myself on the back, but you have to transfer the energy from your punch and your hammer efficiently. What I'm going to do is take my forklift fork, put it right underneath of that pin, and then shove this way with the parking brake on. And then I will efficiently transfer my energy directly to the pin instead of it just slapping off through the wore out part of the track, the idler, all of that. That is something I've learned. You have to transfer the energy efficiently. I think we're cool enough to start driving. So I'll move our heater, throw our forklift in here, and then we'll see if we can drive this baby. I will preface this by saying my expectations are not very high, but stranger things have happened. And also, make sure you're wearing your safety goggles when you do something like this. I apologize for the forklift running in the background, but this animal has about 8,000 or 9,000 hours on it, and it is kind of cold-natured, so you want to let it fully warm up if you get it to start. I believe we are loose on these two right here. You can see here, our pin has drifted out just slightly. But as far as I can tell, we have not budged at all on this casting right here. So I'm gonna get our torch back out, heat up only this side, and see what happens. Throw you guys back on the tripod. Yeah! We got it! That is a welcome sight, guys. I don't know how many years it's been since that's been off. Obviously, they've been taken off since 1965. But that's awesome, guys. That trick always works. It always serves me well. I even have like a 25-pound, like 6x6 block of steel. We call it the portable anvil at the shop. And if I'm beating a bearing off of a shaft, I will have a guy go to the far end of the shaft and put that 20-pound, 25-pound block on the other end. And then you get lined up with your drift or whatever you're using, and you put that on the inner race of a bearing, give it a few good taps, and it just works. Maybe I got lucky. I don't know how your guys' experiences have been over the years, but that's pretty awesome. I'll quit rambling. We'll see if we can get this snaked that way. I'm gonna move all my oil and stuff in case we have a catastrophic track walking off incident. And then we'll raise up one side of the dozer and drag this big old steel snake out from under it. We'll bring you along. The forklift is one of the handiest tools on God's green earth. I've gotten pretty handy with them over the years. Thank the Lord, He gave me the talent. Started running them when I was about 12 years old. We got our steel snake all coiled up here in the corner, and I still have all my fingers. So that's good. I think our next course of action is going to be reaching over the top of the dozer, hooking on right there at our center point, getting the roller out from under this, and then rehooking the dozer, spinning it kind of sideways so that we can rotate the track and find our master pin. This one, I did not have to rotate at all. It was kind of awesome. This one I will look and see how close we are, but I want to be able to use our forklift fork to transfer the energy efficiently like we just did. That just worked so slick. So we'll find that and turn this girl if we have to. Hopefully we don't, and we will bring you along. I narrowly forgot, guys. We did get a couple of new additions. Charlie's 1/2-inch impact was just about pooched. The brushes are all shot. It's served us well. We've had it 5 or 6 years. So we picked up this, I believe, brushless one. It has 3 different settings and an automatic setting. It's working out great. We have the 3/8, of course. That was in a later video. This is the Ridgid snake light. There's 2 reasons I bought this. One, it's bendable, so it'll help me get light in places where a standard straight up flashlight won't work. And 2, it has a spinnable top, so I can focus the beam like that. It's extremely bright and focused. You can see there. Or I can spin this here and get a large area light, which is a little more conducive to filming. As you can see, I can actually see past the light now instead of the focused beam. So kind of a thing you got to learn about when you're doing YouTube videos. And the handiest critter I have acquired, my friends Chris and Jacob, they've been running these stream lights for a long time. They have the rechargeable ones that are twice the length of this one. This one fits in your hand. I wanted to start small. This has 1 AAA battery, and I believe it's 45 or 46 lumen. Handy dandy. Has the hat clip right here and the pocket clip. The button is a little stiff on it, but it's been the handiest critter in the shop so far today. Charlie's already used this and said, well, that just paid for itself. So I will drop a link to this in the description below, as well as the Ridgid snake light here. Nice little addition. This was actually cheaper, I believe, than the pistol style light. So we're gonna get back to the Dozer. That's what you guys came for. Alrighty then, all in a day's work. Flip the Dozer around 180. I'm going to release our tillers here and then see if I can roll the track, which might be quite laughable. If I really get down and desperate, I'll open up the big door, go get like a tractor, hook a chain on, drag it around until we can find our proper piece. So we'll bring you along. I'm going to mark my track with a Sharpie marker, so if by chance it gets all the way past me and I don't notice it, I can at least see where I started from. Okay, we have rotated the track, as you just saw. There you can see the center is machined out. I'm guessing so you can put your drift in there, or maybe some kind of press or puller or something. Anyway, interestingly, these bolts have not been out of here. These are the round-headed ones. So there's a good chance that this track, at least, has been on here since like 1965. So I'm not going to explain too much more about this side's removal because you guys have all seen it before. And roll the time lapse. Hello everyone, welcome back. It is the following day, and Charlie was kind enough to come out after the piece had completely cooled. He said he would soak it for me from time to time, and he took a claw hammer, didn't need to be a big hammer, and this farmer made tractor pin right here. I'm sure you guys will all recognize this. And he said once it completely cooled, he just tapped it out like it was nothing. So that was kind of the source of our frustration. You can see we have some galling going on. It's kind of nasty. But we got it out, so that's a good thing. And now we can finally pull our track right here. So I will put you guys on the tripod, and it's about 3 degrees outside, so I have our heaters brought in close, and I even brought in some reinforcements. So the old building is slowly climbing. We are up to about 35 degrees and rising, so we'll bring you along. Let's get the track pulled. Kind of at a crossroads, if you will. I have the Dozer torn so far down. I'm having the engine completely gone through, new clutch, injection pump, injectors, everything like new. I want your feedback on if we should do a complete restoration on this. Ultimately, it'll be my decision, but I would like you guys to talk to me, see what your thoughts are, and let me know in the comment section down below. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That really helps out the channel. It's helping us to grow. We're just about to hit the 1,100 subscriber mark, which is pretty exciting. And tune in again next time. Thanks.